Hello everybody, this is Always Dizzy. In this video I'm going to discuss my journey from 2100 to 2185, and I just hit 2185 last night, and I wanted to share what I did to get there. So I have these Google slides here to help me remember what to talk about. So first of all, I thought I would just give some quick background about myself. So I am a adult improver. I've been playing as an adult for just over 3 years now. I played as a kid a bit and as a teenager, but then I quit for around 17 or so years, and I got back into it a few years ago. I've been playing very actively as an adult ever since. Yeah, and when I hit 2000 for the first time, I did one of these videos. I'll link it. I'll link that original video, and then I did it again when I hit 2100. So you might be asking yourself, like, why are you doing another video when you are 2185 now? Why not wait until you're 2200? Well, when I hit 2100. 2200. When I hit 2100, I told myself that I would do another video, another one of these updates when I hit 2175. That was kind of my goal, where I would do another update. And the reason I didn't do 2200 is because as you get stronger in chess, it gets almost exponentially more difficult to improve, or logarithmically more difficult. It just gets a lot more difficult. And so if I made it 100 points every time, I might only ever have 1 or 2 videos left in me for the rest of my life, right? Like 2200, 2300, that's it. I mean, those are too big of a goal, in my opinion. So I set it to 2175 to be my next goal. My prediction, I think at the time, was that it would take me between, I forget if I said 1 year or 2 years. And then I said either between 1 year and never. Like I might never hit 2175. Because I'm a realist at heart. And it ended up taking me exactly 13 months to go from 2103 to 2185. This is on Lichess Rapid. So 13 months to go from 2103 to 2185. Some people may think that's slow. Personally, I'm very happy with that. You know, at my age, I'm I'm happy to just not be going down. So 13 months, I'm actually really happy with that progress. Okay. So these are my rating differences that happened over the last 10 months. These aren't my peaks. These are my ratings from exactly 1 year ago and my ratings today. So for Bullet, I had an increase of 74. I hardly ever play Bullet. I hate Bullet with a passion. I'm too old and too slow for Bullet. I'm an old man to be doing that young man's game. But I do play it on occasion. Blitz had I actually got over 2100 Blitz. I think 2112 was my peak. But then I started playing a bunch of Blitz a month or two ago, and it just nosedived. I switched from 5-0 to 3+2. I'm not sure if that had something to do with it, but I had just, more recently I've been struggling on Blitz, so it is what it is. Rapid is where I saw this new personal best, hitting my goal of 2175 and then some. Because my rating deviation is a bit high there, I got some more points than I was expecting, and I got up to 2185. So a gain of 82 points over the past. Oh, by the way, this title is wrong. Damn it! It should be 12 months. It's exactly a year. So I wish I had fixed that. And then classical, an increase of 55. I actually had been really struggling on classical. I know a lot of people say that classical is like the easiest time control. I don't agree with that. Like, maybe it was once upon a time, but if you guys try it lately, I think you might be surprised that it's quite tricky. At least it is for me. My peak was on classical with 2103, but that was a while ago. I actually fell down to about 1977 or 1950, Excuse me. And so recently I've been working on classical. Actually, what I did is because I played a lot of Blitz about 2 months ago. I played like pure Blitz, and I got angry that I wasn't seeing any progress. So I penalized myself by making myself play something like 85 classical games, like 30 and 0 time control. I played like 85 classical games until I hit a total of 1,000 classical games over the course of a month. So I spent just over a month playing purely classical. I never touched another time control even once. And as a result, my classical actually increased. And then yesterday I played my first rapid game and then I won. So maybe that was a good thing. It was painful though. Believe me when I say that was painful. Like 85 games of classical with nothing else. Excuse me. Then I was going to show you my graphs and progress over time. So let's do that here. So this is my Blitz from, I'm just going to do this very quickly. This is my all-time Blitz from about 3 years, just over 3 years. My Bullet rather. As you can see, it's a bit flatlined here because I hardly ever play Bullet. And I'll just play once in a while to try to get a new personal best. But I don't believe Bullet is helpful for improvement. Blitz, you can see I've actually played almost 5,000 games of Blitz. This is my graph over time. So I actually got over to 2100, as I said, but then I kind of dipped about since over the past couple months. I kind of had a big downwards spiral for whatever reason. My rapid is probably my best looking graph, I think, overall. You can just get a quick glimpse of that. This is a graph over the past year. I actually didn't play a whole lot over the past year because I'm kind of guilty of enjoying my peak, and I will peak sit for a while. Like I might peak sit for a month or longer to enjoy my high before I kill it. And then I'll play other time controls and then I'll get back to it. So that's why it's kind of step laddery. But overall, yeah, some good increase on rapid. Rapid is my favorite time control. And then lastly, this is my classical over time. A lot of peaks and valleys in classical. Part of that, I think, is when Lichess changed their default time from 15 plus 15 to 30 plus 0. I think when they did that, that changed a lot. I haven't really made a lot of progress in the past year. So I haven't really gained much. Okay, so let's get back to the slideshow here. Okay, and here we go. So what I did and didn't do to improve. Let me take a quick, do I have any water here? Okay, ooh. Oh, I'll do it after. Okay, here we go, hang on. Okay, what I did and didn't do to improve. So obviously 2020 was the pandemic and into 2021. So COVID-19 meant no over the board tournaments. And as I wrote here, I'm not sure why a lot of people say that the best way to improve is to play in tournaments. I've never understood that. And I don't agree with it personally. Maybe I'm an outlier in this regard, but I never understood that because, yeah, it's great that you're thinking for 3 or 4 hours in a game. That's great. And you'll analyze it in detail after. That's great. But it's like, it's 5 or 6 games. I think you learn way more by just playing at home because you're getting so many more games in. If you play 2 tournaments a year, that's like 10 to 12 games you're playing. So I never really understood that. As I put here though, unless you're playing a crap load of tournaments, like if you're playing a tournament every week or every 2 weeks, yeah, that's going to be very helpful. But I don't think most people are doing that. Most people don't have the luxury of doing that. So although I miss over the board tournaments, I don't think it had any detriment on my play other than possibly maybe forgetting what 3D chess looks like, Primarily what I've been doing and what I believe in the most is I've been playing longer time controls, rapid and classical, really trying to get a lot of classical in, analyzing the game afterwards without an engine and then with an engine. The usual advice you hear. And I've also, from the beginning, I've been doing a lot of opening study and repertoire building. This is something that I just really enjoy doing. I know it might not be the most efficient way of increasing your skill, but it's something that I really, really, really enjoy. So why not do it, right? That's part of the point that we're playing chess in the first place, is to enjoy it. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. So really I've just been continuing to play the longer time controls. I play I stream whenever I play. So I'm playing about maybe three hours a day on average, maybe 3.5 hours a day on average. And then here I have, despite calculation being my biggest weakness by far, I've done really like almost no puzzles since the beginning. I've done like none. I really don't like calculating. I'm terrible at it, which means I should be focusing on it more, but I do have complete full aphantasia, which means I can't visualize a single thing. I just see complete blackness. And I think that is partly why I don't like to work on my calculation, but I know I should, but I don't. That being said, I did a lot of Woodpecker during the year. I finished that a while ago now. I have a series of videos on that. I've done so much Woodpecker that I pretty much memorized every single puzzle, about 987 of those difficult puzzles. The more I reflect on it, the more I think that it wasn't really that effective. Yeah, the more I think about it, I think just doing regular puzzles, it's just as good, if not better. Because I don't want to get into this too much, but because the more I do Woodpecker, the more I just end up memorizing the moves and the puzzles, and then you can't help it. You memorize them. So you could argue that it's good because it helps build pattern recognition, but overall, I think doing regular puzzles might be better. Not a complete waste of time doing Woodpecker, but yeah, I'm not so sure about it anymore. I also worked a fair bit on Dvoretsky's Endgame manual. I know, probably overkill for my rating level. It is a very, very difficult book for sure. I bought the video course on Chessable, which helped explain things a bit. I was really studying it earnestly, and I don't know, I think I got about maybe 10% done. But I've since taken a break from that just because it is unbelievably dry. That I'll tackle it again one day, but I'm taking a break from it. And I also got a few chess lessons from my usual coach. I also tried a new coach, which I thought was a good decision, just to see what's out there, because I only ever tried one coach before, and I think it's worth it to try another coach just to see what happens. I even got a couple lessons with a very high-rated coach, who actually gave me some free lessons. It was his choice, actually. A very, very nice guy. He gave me some free lessons, and I helped him a little bit with his English, but basically he just gave me free lessons. I think 2,600 FIDE, like super strong. I think like top 100 or top 150 in the world, played in the World Cup. But yeah, the downside is his English is very poor. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. Lastly, I think this is lastly, kind of mentioned before, but I am really, really absolutely insane in my opening preparation. I would say, it's not fair because I don't know the type of opening preparation that some titled players do. I'm sure GMs like do a lot more than I do, But I wouldn't be surprised if the amount of focus and attention that I spend in opening preparation is like the same that a national master or FIDE master would do, if not more. Like, I don't know, maybe I will regret these words in the future, you know, and I'll think how silly I am, but I'm insane with my openings. Yeah, to give you an idea, I do, basically the first thing I do is when I'm adding something to my repertoire, basically going one move deeper in a line. I will run it with the latest version of Stockfish. It's actually Stockfish 14 just came out yesterday. I already ran benchmark tests on the different binaries of that and installed that. So yeah, I run to depth 49 now. When I first started, I would run it at a much lower depth, like 33 or something. Over the years, I've been increasing it more and more. I now do it to 49. I don't think I'll ever increase it beyond that, but you never know. I'm pretty crazy. And then after I run that for about three or four lines, I look through the lines, I write notes on it, I choose which line I want to go with. And then I then look in the chess-based 16 database, filtered where both sides are 2400 FIDE and higher. And I will look at the top games, and I will look at all of the annotated games if they have like English annotations, and I will, you know, decide what I like with that, coincide it with the Stockfish evals, decide what I want to go with. And yeah, I mean, I really go insane with my opening prep. I don't know. I can't say that anymore. But again, it's not even 100% to, I mean, it is a lot for help with my improvement, but I also enjoy it. I enjoy memorizing opening prep, and I just enjoy it. Okay, moving on. So lastly, I know this is almost a 20-minute video. My new goal when I make another one of these videos is going to be 22-25. So 50 points more than where I am now. Yes, it's not 100 points or even 75 points like it was previously, but as I said before, every point just gets that much harder to get the higher you go. And again, with my age, my ripe old age, 22-25, I think like the 50 points, I don't think that will be easy. And so my prediction is it'll take me between 1 year to possibly never. And, you know, I am a realist. I started playing chess like seriously very late in life. And so I'm just a realist. That's why I celebrate every 1 point. So anytime I get a new personal best by a single point, I celebrate it. I just enjoy it. And by celebrate it, I just mean I acknowledge it. I message some of my friends, and I make a YouTube video. I basically really enjoy whenever I get a new personal best. And it's not just because of the rating itself. I don't care really about the rating itself. But what I care about is what the rating symbolizes, which is it shows that I am improving. And that's what I actually care about. All I care about is that I am improving. If it's slow, I don't care. As long as I improve, that's all I care about. And I've done this ever since I was like 1400 lead chess. Okay. Anyways, that's my update of me hitting my 2175 goal of actually hitting 2185. Yeah, I guess I'll see you when and if I ever hit 2225, however long that may be. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.